Marketing for me is the bridge between the organization and the consumer. So we need to represent the consumer on this side and also do the right thing for the organization. So as a marketing profession, you need to lead and give the leadership to the organization. Think consumer first. And if you do that, that's the success formula for any organization to come out of any challenge. See, globally, we have a lot of challenges if you look at it, whether Sri Lanka or elsewhere. We are coming off a backdrop of a pandemic and leading into economic crisis. I think this is posing a different set of challenges to marketers, not like in previous yesteryear. I was recently appointed as a jury member for Effie Global, Best of the Best round. I got the experience of judging different entries across the globe, and there were similar challenges like Sri Lanka. The brands are facing. We were looking at effective communication. So how marketing have changed in terms of color and approach and adapted to situations and understanding consumers was a key highlight that I saw across the globe. And this challenge, of course, has got marketers to think out of the box and do the right thing, which is more effective. Marketing for me is the bridge between the organization and the consumer. So we need to represent the consumer on this side and also do the right thing for the organization. So as a marketing profession, you need to lead and give the leadership to the organization. Think consumer first. And if you do that, that's the success formula for any organization to come out of any challenge. And whilst understand the consumer, you need to make the right decisions at the right places and also influence some of those decisions from a consumer point of view as well as sustainability point of view. I think there's no better time than this for marketers to step in. I see it in three angles. Number one is effective communication, because that's a discipline that we have learned over the years. Effective communication is right now needed for the government, the country, and for the public overall. So that's something that we can contribute. And secondly, envisioning the future. If you can look at the existing data, predict the consumer behaviors and what demands can come in the future. If you can envision the future, that's a leadership that you can bring in. Thirdly, understanding the economy, because marketing was built on economic principles, so that you understand the businesses, you understand the industries that need support, and if you can contribute towards that, we can look at the quick wins and bring in that cash flows, the foreign exchange, and ensure that economic cycle moves on in the country so that we as a community come out of this challenge and face future challenges and be successful over that. So I think you need to understand from both sides. From a financial point of view, yes, it's a time that you need to manage your resources. So I think marketing budget always seen as an expense. So that's something that gets knocked off in the first place. But then in terms of looking at future, some of those activities that marketing does is an investment for future. It's for the organization, for the brand to sustain, because getting a brand equity, a trust, is not going to be easy. So you need to consider all those angles. But as marketers also, we need to be matured enough to understand, given the challenging times, the limited resources you have, how do you allocate them? How do you prioritize them? How do you be more effective from every rupee that you spend on advertising and marketing? How do you bring that result back to the organization? So if you understand these two sides of it, I think you can get a reasonable answer.